here's something interesting. I found out about this sort of on my own. We went, hey, where's Ron Paul? And then we made some phone calls. You weren't in. I saw you interviewed with Wolf Blitzer on CNN. It wasn't mentioned. I don't think, and I don't want to be unfair, I didn't see it on MSNBC or any of the other cable channels. I mean, it seems like a big story. I mean, what do? Do you call Fox News at this point and go, I want to know why I was excluded? I mean, yeah, you seem like a gentleman. You don't seem like that guy. But it seems like you should be kicking somebody's ass right now. I mean, you're being extremely polite for something I think you got screwed over quite. You know, I mean, I might not necessarily agree with you, but I think as an American, we like to see everybody get an equal shot, especially someone who deserves an equal shot.
Okay, let me do a little kind of a situation with you here. I'm going to say a topic, and if you can give me a one-word response. Iraq.
One word, okay.
Iraq.
Iraq. We need to come home.
Mainstream media.
Well, the mainstream media, I can't do it in one word.
Right now, you can also see at the bottom of your screen, this is where you want to keep your eyes, and you want to keep your coverage right here on Fox. John McCain, 15% of the caucus voting there on the GOP side, and 8% for Mike Huckabee. Now, keep in mind that it was Mitt Romney who decided to not be in South Carolina today.
Where's my man Ron Paul? There's a group that has yet to be heard from, and it's called the voters, and they do have a way of turning things upside down.
Did you ask them to cease that rhetoric tonight on your behalf?
Well, it doesn't do me any good, so if they care about me, they should. But the only thing I have control over is what I believe and what I say. I can't tell them what to do, so I don't endorse what they say, and I don't believe that. So please, could I participate in the current debate rather than sticking this out?
Ron Paul did participate in all of the Republican debates, but after they ended, TV anchors ignore him. According to the tracking company VMS, Ron Paul's name was mentioned just 4,695 times on TV news and cable shows from August of 2006 to August of 2007. What a comparison? John McCain was mentioned 95,005 times.
It's sort of, how often should I go on Bill O'Reilly's show? How much is to be, you know, I don't care what the questions are, what the challenges are. They just let me give an answer.
All right, so I just want to get we don't need a history lesson, but I do want to get this on the record.
You have to understand.
I do understand the region, man, but we don't have time to do the history lesson tonight.
Taking earmarks or putting earmarks in the spending bills, then I think you'll be consistent. Let me ask you about this. Let me ask this.
Part of it. And Fox, I think, is tied pretty close to some of the national policy issues. And
but you're a Republican.
Yeah, but they don't. They're not. That's the problem.
There are reports, sir, that your campaign has received a $500 campaign donation from a white supremacist in West Palm Beach. And your campaign had indicated you have no intention to return it. What are you going to do with that?
It's probably already spent. Why give it back to him and use it for bad purposes?
But Ron Paul's fundamental position is anti-American. Let's be honest about it. He does not like the United States, any policy the United States of America has pursued anywhere in the world or at home for the last century or so. Now, he's a crank, but there's a market for cranks.
What is so sad to me about what's going on in America is that this guy is saying truth. He's saying something is true, and they're treating him like a crazy person.
But did you say he was a crackpot?
No. Well, actually, you did use it. You can go there later.
You're reading their propaganda. You're reading their propaganda.
Just a clip, a very small part of a 5-minute video that is on the internet where I am named a traitor, and traitors should be executed. Would you like to address that at all, sir?
I have found the people are starved for truth, and I hope I can deliver a bit of it.
There you go. Dr. Paul, thank you.
Now in first place with 35%, Ron Paul. Rooting for Giuliani came in second.
Oh, here we go again.
Driving Hannity crazy.
It's driving me crazy.
So, Congressman Paul, and I'd like you to take 30 seconds to answer this. You're basically saying that we should take our marching orders from Al-Qaeda. If they want us off the Arabian Peninsula, we should leave?
No! You know, we have a war going on in Afghanistan, Iraq, possibly in Iran. We have Pakistan blowing up, and Turkey is invading Iraq. And then somebody brings one word up about maybe I said something.
Well, let's ignore what you maybe said.
When you ran for president in 1988, you called for the abolition of public schools.
I bet that's a misquote. I do not recall that. I'd like to know where that came from.
You didn't even want to go into Afghanistan to punish those people, did you?
You're wrong, Bill. You're wrong on that. I voted for that. So you be careful on your quotes.
One of the first things he said was not how awful the tragedy was. It was, quote, now we're going to get big government. Was that your reaction?
Well, I'm surprised you would quote somebody like that. He's a disgruntled former employee who literally was put out.
Another question about electability. Do you have any, sir? There's always the question as to whether or not you are, in fact, viable.
Is there another Republican? And now, you probably are not going to win, and you know that, right?
No, I don't know that.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be negative. I'm sorry, because it's very hard. He's got front runners all over the place.
What's success for you in this campaign?
What's success? Well, to win is one is the goal.
That's not going to happen.
Do you know for absolute, or you want to bet your every cent in your pocket for that?
Yes.
You are. Okay. I thought so just when I ran for Congress. I wouldn't bet anything I could have been elected to Congress. The odds are great. The odds are difficult, and I know that. But I would say that what has happened so far is about 100 times greater than I anticipated. And I think that we have surprised a lot of people already, and I think we're going to surprise a lot more.